Welcome, everybody, to the latest edition of the Purple Knights podcast. And to say this is a milestone for me would be putting it lightly. I'm welcoming dancer, philanthropist, actress, animal rescuer, Mayte Garcia. Welcome, Mayte. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. It's great to be able to talk to you. And we met last summer, last June, I believe, at the
Yep,
studio in Chaska.
I remember.
And this has been in the works ever since. And I'd like to start out by giving a shout out to Mr. Michael O'Hara, our mutual friend that helped facilitate this meeting here tonight. So thank you very much to Michael. And
Yeah,
yeah, it's been a long time coming, but I'm really excited and really honored to talk to you. And I know been a lot going on.
yep,
Yesterday was the 27th birthday for Amir, and you went on Funkatopia and did an interview with them. For people interested in seeing that interview, I'll leave a link on the podcast description to that interview, Mr. Christopher and Jeff, which Jeff actually asked one of my questions for you
Oh, nice.
pretty much verbatim. But I'd like to start out by acknowledging the name change. Love for One Another Charities is now Live for Love Charities,
Yes.
and very excited about the re renaming, I guess you could say, and really the ramp up to a lot of activities and a lot of um, charity work that you'll be doing for um, children's music in North Minneapolis in December at the
Yeah.
Capri Theater. And
Mm-hmm.
if I can make it, I'll definitely be there.
I hope so. I hope you do. I'm going to be there. I'm definitely going to fly in for that.
I'll have to
And
I'll have to
huh?
check in and see if the weather cooperates. But
Oh, I know.
you know Minnesota weather.
I know.
But
I definitely know.
yeah, but you got a ton going on with the charity and your dance classes and other things. So again, I'm very grateful that you took the time to meet with me, and it's a very special day for me today because I've basically been in love with you from afar uh, ever since 1992. So yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah, this is big for me, and I can't begin to express the depth of my gratitude. But yeah, I was just gonna
Oh,
ask
thank
you.
you for having me. Yeah,
Yes,
ask me
it's
what you got. But
yeah. I mean, the pleasure is all mine. I mean, we met at Chaska, and you saw that I'm in a wheelchair with cerebral palsy, and Prince has
Mhm.
been a inspiration to me ever since I was 3 years old. My sister got me into his music. My sister's 13 years older than I am, and she got me into his music at a very young age. So, and of course, you were a big part of Prince's life for many, many years. So you're part of those iconic moments in my life that impacted me and helped me to believe in the power of music and the power of God and the power of love. So for that, I'm
Hmm.
indebted to you and Prince for your creative
Oh,
endeavors that helped me develop emotionally and spiritually. So thank you so much.
no, thank you. Oh, you're so sweet. We have a lot planned, the 10 for 10. I mean, we're going to be announcing that. So if you know of any foundations, charities that you think could, use, I mean, I don't know what charity doesn't need, you know.
One that comes right to mind for me, of course, is United Cerebral Palsy of Minnesota because
Hmm.
they do a lot of work for advocacy and awareness of cerebral palsy. And I don't know if you know, but it's basically a condition that affects the muscles. It's caused usually by brain damage, and
Mm,
there's so many variations because there's so many areas of the brain that can be impacted in different ways. So nobody's case is quite the same. It varies from person to person. So
yeah,
I consider myself very lucky for the fact that I'm very articulate and very intellectual. So God blessed me
yeah,
with a good mind and a good heart. But I know there are less fortunate um, individuals who are anything from nonverbal to any other variation of cerebral palsy. But um, yeah, so that's a cause near and dear to my heart. So yeah, I would, if you're asking for nominations, definitely United Cerebral
perfect.
Palsy would be a great one. Yeah, I just wanted to ask you a few questions today. I know you get a lot of the same questions over and over in interviews, and it's mostly focused on Prince, which is understandable. But I wanted to focus more on you today and sort of go the path less traveled, as it
Mhm.
were. And so I got some kind of deep questions for you today. I don't know if you had a chance to look them over before now, but so I don't want to really put you on the spot or anything with these deeper questions. But
Oh, don't worry about it. Good, go ahead. Hit me with one.
okay, well, the first one: who are
Yes.
you? Who are you today compared with who you were in your youth?
I would say it's funny because that's a really good question. I mean, I definitely think smarter, stronger. Even though I think we have it, we just don't realize it, when we're that young. But I mean, definitely smarter. You learn so much the older you get,
Oh
and
yeah,
you learn to trust your gut even more. I mean, I used to, yeah, kind of listen to my gut, but now I'm like, oh, no, I'm listening to my gut.
yeah,
Um, loving, compassionate, more patient. Um,
yep,
just trying to enjoy the moment. Even though I did when I was back, in that era dancing, I enjoyed every moment. I mean, I literally was on the stage and I just would take a moment and go, this is amazing. I'm so grateful. I would do that all the time. So I think it's maybe taking more time and just being grateful because you never know when it's going to end. So I'm
yeah,
definitely, um, I live like that now. So, um, smarter. I said smarter, right?
yeah, yeah.
Wiser,
I
if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I totally agree with
Yeah. I
all
think
those things.
those are the three that I really, like I see. Oh my goodness. I see my cat looking out the window. That's so funny. He's all, hey,
Hey,
mom. So cute.
nice, nice. Yeah,
So yes.
I'm a big animal person as well. My sister's here today actually, and she's here with her dogs. So I,
Oh,
love on them quite a bit. So yeah, they're a big part of my life. So I'm a big animal person as well. So
nice.
yeah, well, yeah, that was a great answer, and I definitely it definitely all resonates with me. I believe, part of the meaning of life, a big part of the meaning of life is love, to feel love for yourself and love for others. And, like the name of the charity implies, live for love. That's what I believe
Yeah.
life is all about. And then the other part of life is learning and growth and, development. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a big thing with the love because there's moments where you lose your patience or something, and I guess it's because I'm older, or when we get older, we learn that okay, this person's going through this, and I used to just react, and now it's like okay, this person must be having a bad day, or this person must be this, and it's just I guess more compassion,
yes,
more understanding, if that makes sense, which I'm really happy about.
yes, less reactionary and more observant, I would definitely
Yes,
say. Yes.
yes.
Yes. So, um, Yeah, and this is the question that Jeff from Funkatopia sort of asked you verbatim. And I know, you know, in that interview, you mentioned your family, Gia, Amir, and the question is, where does your inspiration come from, and what are some of the things that inspire you the most? I know motherhood is a big one for you
Oh,
as far
yeah.
as inspiration.
Yes. I mean, for me, it's love. Love inspires me. I mean, I love animals, and I try to help them because I see them suffering. I see them being tossed like nothing. I see people on the streets homeless. I mean,
Yes,
there's just so much to try to help. It's a constant thing. So that's what inspires me, is just trying to make things better, and then
yes,
also just enjoying the moment again. It's like, you
yeah.
know what? I'm grateful for what I have, but I'm going to try to make it better for somebody else. I
I
think that's
love.
what we all should do here in this planet.
I agree. I agree. I love that. I love that, and I totally feel you. And I totally. I've always felt the compassion from you and the empathy from you, and it's one of the things that I've always adored about you through the years, and still continue to, and probably always will adore about you, is your
Oh.
compassion and your empathy for just everyone and everything on the planet. So yeah, I really really love that. And
Thank you.
going off of that, you mentioned challenging moments, or moments of frustration or whatever. And
Yeah.
again,
Hmm.
the answer to this is probably love again. So we're kind of retreading the same territory, as it were. But what is it that keeps you going during challenging moments?
I mean, for me, my animals really keep me. And it's funny because they don't have to say a word. There's just something about them, their spirit, their soul, their unconditional love. We said it again.
Yes.
That just inspires me and keeps me going. Because there's days we all have them. There's bad days where you just don't want to get out of bed and do anything. And I just sit there and I look at my dogs and I'm like, no. No, we're going to get up and we're going to walk and we're going to enjoy the sunlight and we're going to do this. We're going to plant something. And, I don't like to be dormant. I
Yeah.
don't think I ever could. And I don't
Yeah.
know if it's the animals. I don't know if it's just, I mean, what happens if you stop? Then
Right.
everything stops.
Right.
So, you know,
I love what you said about not stopping, because Prince had a similar
yeah,
mindset and a similar quote about creating music, and he basically said, if I stop creating, that's when I die. So
yeah.
uh,
I mean, that's kind of, I must have, I mean, I was always like that, but
yeah,
after him, it was like, you know what, you're right. We've got to keep going, and then for
yeah.
me, doing charity and helping others and creating stuff is my form of, I mean, different things. I mean, cooking. I mean, so many things. This is always doing something and learning something and evolving.
I love that. And you know what? I've never had Puerto Rican food, so
Oh,
there you
you know
go.
what? It's funny because I never cook it because my mom is such a good cook at it, but I have to learn.
Yeah.
I mean, I just came back from Italy and I know how to make now homemade pasta. So
Oh wow.
that's
Well,
my thing now, and my daughter loves it, so I'm so happy.
now you have my heart even more knowing that. But
Homemade pasta.
yes,
Yep.
yes, for sure. Here's a deeper question for you, because dealing with my cerebral palsy, there's always been a disconnect between my mind and my spirit and my body. My body doesn't cooperate the way that my mind and my spirit do.
Mm,
So I always wonder about this question, and I wanted to ask you as a dancer too, because I know when you're dancing, that's when you get in the zone, like in the flow,
yeah.
spiritually. And I wanted to ask you, as a dancer, how do you feel like the body connects to the spirit?
I mean, that's why I love belly dancing so much is because you didn't have to, there was no rules with that kind of dance.
Right.
Ballet is very structured, and it has its rules and certain things that you have to do. And I mean, I always altered it with my type of dancing and stuff, which is why I loved it so much. But I
Right.
mean, recently I was taking ballet bar and my body was like, yeah, you can't do that anymore. And my mind was like, what do you mean? And for a second it was like, it was upsetting, but then I just kind of just said, accept it and do what you can. And I did. So yeah, I mean, it's the way, I also, I have multiple sclerosis, and for me, it's been, it's been luckily a good thing. I'm very cautious about what I eat, and I'm always, getting enough sunlight and all this kind of stuff, being really healthy. But it's always something in the back of my mind that I keep. I think that's another reason why I take every moment and I really appreciate it and try to help others.
Right. Well, to close things out, I mean, do we want to talk a little bit about Live for Love charities? The address, which I'll have in the description for the podcast on YouTube and Apple Podcasts and Spotify, is liveforlovecharities.org. And
Mm-hmm.
you're just transitioning that website over now, and some merch will be available fairly soon, right?
Yeah, we have the candle. I think I'm going to post the candle today. It's an amazing candle. I'm really proud of it. So I think people really enjoy it. But you're the first to hear. I'm going to have a competition of who can guess the perfume that I put in there that Prince used to wear.
You're going to be a little more active on social media now with the Live for Love charity, um, really,
Yes.
really ramping up. So, could you tell us a little bit about that?
I mean, we have the 10 for 10 that we're going to announce in December, and then we have a new program that we're going to announce really soon. I'm just getting confirmation from everybody that's going to be a part of it. I'm really excited about that. It's going to be something that I think a lot of people are going to enjoy. And of course, with that, we'll have like a next year we're having a fundraiser, a gala, so that's going to be fun. So, a lot of things that are going to be coming up very soon that you'll see me announcing and being a part of. So,
Okay, so sounds great. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so
thank you,
much
Chris.
for taking a little time out of your day and to talk to me. And yeah, this was very, 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 very fun for me, and it was a blessing. And I'd like to close by sending my love and blessings out to you and out to Gia as well, and also Amir and Prince.
Thank you
So,
so much, Chris. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you in December, so I hope you can make it.
yes, most definitely, and thank you so much.
You're
So,
welcome. Take care.
so until next time, everybody, this is Chris Johnson for myself and Mayte Garcia. Thank you very much for watching and listening, and we'll see you next time, everybody. Peace and be wild.
Thanks, Chris.